last topic for Ansible, that is Ansible roles. Okay, so what are Ansible roles? Okay, so, so whatever playbooks which we have seen, we have written it from the scratch. Okay, but there is a place called Ansible Galaxy. Okay, that we'll see it next. Okay, Ansible Galaxy. If you go to this site, okay, you can see various roles here. Okay, and if you see, this is the means, let's check for some other name. Let's check for Apache. So this is one of the role which is created by some person. Okay, this is his name. Okay, and they have kept it on this website galaxy.ansible.com. Okay, and we can reuse this role. Okay, in our playbooks. Okay, and we don't have to write the YML files and all. We can reuse these roles. Okay, and how to reuse and all we'll see next. Okay, so if you see here, this is one of the role which is created by Gear Linux guy. Okay, so if you install it, then it will be listed here. Okay, when we do Ansible Galaxy list, it will be listed on our system. Okay, and to reuse that role, okay, we can use roles and the name of the role. But what is inside that roles? Okay, we are just seeing the name of the role. Okay, but what is inside the role, that's we are going to see. And some of these examples, okay, I'll show at least this one. But after our exercise, so roles are organized tasks, templates, files, and variables. Okay, we are till now what we have done is in our same file, this playbook. Okay, everything in our playbook, that is cat handler.yml, everything is in the same file. Okay, but it is recommended that we have a structured way to write the Ansible playbooks. In that, what we'll have, we have one structure. I'll tell you what is that structure. In that structure, the main logic of installing Apache, copying and all will be in a separate directory. Variables will be in the separate directory. Handlers will be in the separate directory, and some files, templates and all will be in a separate directory. So that structure is maintained. Okay, but it is for a bit long Ansible playbooks, not for the small ones. Okay, so we'll see one of the roles. Okay, one such role, and how someone created it and moved it here, how we can reuse that. But let's first create our custom role. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll be going to this directory cat etc Ansible roles. Okay, then we'll run one command, Ansible Galaxy init Apache role. Okay, so it will create a directory structure. I was mentioning about a directory structure, and this is the directory structure which will be created. These are all empty files. Some contents are there, but they are just for naming purpose. So everything will be in a different directories and files. So whatever variables we need for our Ansible, they will be in the vars directory. Okay, some templates directory will have only templates. Some task, whatever main task of the playbook, that will be in a different directory. Okay, and handler will be in a different directory. Some default configurations. Okay, so this directory structure, it will be created by this command, Ansible Galaxy init. So this structure is recommended. Okay, so and this structure, like this structure is in this role. Okay, somebody has created it and uploaded it on this website, but now we'll be creating this role. okay, on our local system. So if you see, we are creating a role called Apache role. In that, we created a task directory. In the task directory, we are doing the same exercise, this one, but in a segregated way. Everything is segregated in different files and folders. So main.yml will have all the details of roles. Okay, main task is updating a cache, installing Apache, okay, creating the directories, copying the configuration file. That is the main task. It will be in a separate task directory under main.yml. Then we'll have all our templates, okay, in a template directory. Then the handler, only for handler, will have a separate directory and a file. Then when this role is created, okay, this role is now created, we'll just call it. To call the role, this is the playbook which we are writing. So playbook is different and role is different. Once the role is created, okay, to reuse that role, I'll call it in a playbook. Okay, so if you see here, I have written roles and I'm calling Apache role, which I have created above. Okay, and when we do Ansible Galaxy list, it will show it here that we have one role created, okay, on our local system. Okay. And on manage node, we'll remove all those things because we have already done all this in previous exercises. So we need to remove whatever we have there. So I'll start the exercise now and I'll start it with this step only. I'll just copy it on our manage node. I'll just delete it, otherwise the demo we won't understand because the things are already done. So I'm removing Apache. I'm removing that directory as well. Okay, I'll have to add sudo to it. Okay, so it's done. Now let's create our role. See if it works or not. I'll create mkdir/etc Ansible roles. Actually, okay. So we have created this directory manually, okay, and we have done init. Let's install one command called tree. Tree will give all the details. And this directory structure is created now. CD Apache role. Okay, it's not showing it properly, but let's see it again. So if you see in Apache role, we have a directory called vars. In vars, we have main.yml. It is almost empty. Just a commented line is there. Then we have tasks. In task, we have main.yml. Okay. Similarly, the directory structure is created. Let's see if this works because there are some changes. Now let's create the files inside everything. Okay, so first we'll create Apache role task. Okay, so the first task we will be adding, if you see, let's go one directory back. There is no file. Cat Apache role task was. Now let's override this file. We don't have anything here, only this hash. So first file we are creating is the main task. Next, we in a templates directory will have this content. Creating a new file here. So if you see, it is underscore in the documentation, but I have used hyphen here, so I need to change it. I'll just rename it as Apache role, as Apache underscore role. We are creating a new file for our default configuration. So we need to create template directory as well. Templates. Also create index.html. Okay, in that directory structure inside templates. There is no file. Let's create it. We'll have handler as well in separate handler directory. And this we have done in a roles directory. Okay, Apache role. handler main and all. Okay, just a minute. So this needs to be moved to /etc Ansible role. Okay, it needs to be there in Ansible roles. It will check this Ansible roles directory for the roles which we have created. Okay, so this is here we have Apache role. In that we have different directories. In that this directories we have defined the logic. Main.yml is here. For handler and templates we have different files. Now let's go back to our normal user. Inside the playbooks, write a new playbook, Apache playbook. Okay, and here we are calling that Apache role. Hope it works. Cat Apache playbook.yml. It's not listing using Ansible Galaxy. Maybe something has changed, but it should list it here. Ansible Galaxy list. It is listing. I don't know what happened that time. So if you see, we have an Apache role. The only difference is this directory structure was not there. We created it. Okay, I'll need to update the documentation. Maybe there was some typo earlier. So this Apache role is listed now. The system is able to see it, or maybe after adding it in the roles, it is showing it. Okay. Before that, it was not showing. Now this we have already done. We have removed Apache and all, and we created the role now. Let's run it. Okay. So the command Ansible playbook -i host.ini Apache playbook. Okay. The same thing is working fine. It called Apache role. In that we have defined all the steps, whatever we are said, it has done it. Okay. So we removed Apache. Now if I do curl index.html localhost, it will show it. Okay. So this was all about roles, Ansible roles.